So I'm here with Sinethemba, Blom. Great performance. Your second time on ESPN. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling good, man. First of all, thank you so much for the opportunity to ESPN, man. Thank you so much. It's good to be back. I feel good. Feel good, man.
So you're a six-time amateur champion. Did that experience help you going into this fight?
A lot. It played a massive role, man, coming to this fight because I knew I was not fighting a pushover. I was fighting number two lightweight champion. I was fighting a Gauteng champion. So yeah, I was prepared for this fight. I was very, very prepared for this fight.
So onto your manager. How was the camp leading into this fight? Like, how were things going at the camp?
No, the camp actually went very well. First of all, let me just thank God for keeping the guys both safe. No, this is a very rough spot, and it was a hell of a fight. I'm just glad that Kaine is safe, Sinethemba is safe. Yeah, with the camp, it was a very good camp. It came down to East London for 3 weeks, so we're preparing there, getting good sparring the likes of Kaine and on all the other prospects. Yeah.
So yeah, this has to be one of the best fights of this night, and probably will be one of the best fights. What did you guys make of this fight?
In my opinion, this could possibly be the fight of the year. I mean, it should make it to the category of fight of the year. I mean, especially when you have two prospects going at each other like that. You know, he got knocked down, he got up, he fought back, he got knocked down again, he got up and he fought back. And in the last round, Kaine was going. I mean, if we were fighting 8 rounds, we would have stopped him. So it's one of the candidates of South African fight of the year, definitely. Yeah.
Nah, it was a great fight, man. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. We pushed each other, you know. We really showed people that they are new lightweight underdogs, you know. So lightweights must check out, must be on the lookout for us, man. We gave all. I really enjoyed it.
So, so I actually saw this fight as something similar to Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury, the first fight, and Tyson was knocked down. He got back up. Uh, what do you think about that?
Yeah, you're correct. You're correct, man. You're correct because I was knocked out, then I came back, then I knocked out again, then I came back. So it showed that I had a heart of a lion in me. You know, I was hungry for a win. You know, so it showed that I was prepared. And thank you so much for everything to my manager. You know, for a wonderful camp. You know, we worked really, really hard for this. You know, if it was for somebody else, he was not going to come back. You know, because those were good shots, but they were taken by somebody who's fit, super fit. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
So you worked well with your jab going forward also, and stalked him for most of the fight. Was that your game plan going into this fight?
Our game plan was to counter punch him, you know, when he's throwing the jab. But we actually were a little bit sluggish, you know, first and second rounds because I was a little bit tall, you know. We had like tall arms, so we couldn't get that straight right on top of his jab. So we struggled a lot with that. But as time goes by, we adjusted, you know. But our game plan was to hit right over that jab every time when he's hitting a jab. Yeah, that was our game plan. And we had to push him, and we did that. So it worked very well. It worked very well.
So unfortunately, you didn't come out with the result that you wanted. But how would you rate your performance out of 10 and why?
10 out of 10. I gave my all. I was fit. I was prepared. Yeah, I'll give it 10 out of 10. Straight 10 out of 10.
Manager, how would you rate his performance? Because he did fight very well. He came for a war, and we wanted to see a war. So how would you rate his performance?
Well, look, this has to be one of his best performances ever throughout all his career. I mean, he's been around all over the world as an amateur. He's fought all the best amateurs in the world during his time. So, I mean, look, before his last fight, his last fought in 2019. So this is his second fight since 2019. I mean, and coming up against Kaine Fourie, who's number 2 in South Africa, and then he puts up this performance. It's definitely one of the best. I'm not even worried. I'm not even sad about it. You know, I'm just actually happy that he can take so much. He can take and he can give. So it's a good day for me. Also, it's one of those losses that you learn from. You know, I'm sure now all these lightweights, they know his name. I mean, he's never going to be ignored. You can't ignore Sinethemba Blom now in South Africa, you know. So he's like one up there now. I can only count Kaine as his competition now. I don't really pay much attention to the other ones, you know. So it speaks volumes on his abilities and what's in store for his future. So it's a very good day. It's a very good fight. I rate it 10 out of 10 as well.
Kaine Fourie is a very good fighter, but today was just he was on a whole different level. Did you see him going into the fight like that? How were you about to approach this fight?
Come again?
How did you approach this fight?
As I've said, the game plan was to counter punch him. That's number one. When he's throwing a jab, we throw a right. We make sure he doesn't hit that right, straight right, because he has a good straight right? So we had to make sure that we lock that straight right, by any means necessary. And number two, we had to show that we push him back, all the time. We had to show push him back, of which we did, yeah, I think we were a little bit sluggish, because he had tall arms and stuff. So we didn't get our target 100%, But the game plan was superb. We really put everything in there.
What did you make of Kaine Fourie's performance?
It was a good fight, He pushed me, He brought the best in me, the best in the team of Blom, He brought the best in me, So I really say that was a great fight, He really gave me a very, very great fight, I will forever be thankful for that.
You are so much of a warrior. Round 3, you were dropped not once but twice. Round 4, you were dropped again. And round 5, you just came in guns blazing. And the 6th round was just better than the last round. What was going through your head when you were on the canvas there?
When you are down, you have two choices, right? Stand up and fight, or quit. In my understanding, or in my own capacity, I don't back down to nobody. I would take a count. I knew I would take a count and come back and fight. I was here to fight. I was preparing for 3 weeks. So I told myself that when I was down, I would take a count and come back and fight as a warrior. Because that's what we came for. People want to see that. So I gave people what they wanted. And I'm so proud of that, because I stood up and fought again. Like a great boxer.
Manager, what was going through your head when you saw him on the canvas?
Like it's only natural that there's a bit of panic when your boxer goes down. But throughout the camp, we had always prepared for things like this. That is why he was never overwhelmed when Kaine was putting pressure, and that is why when he went down, we knew that should something like this happen, he must look at me. Then we take the count together. Then I tell him to get up. So when he was down, I was just trying to get his attention, and I got it. He looked at me. I told him to stay down. We took the count together and said, get up, and he had to move. So I was shocked. Yes, like naturally so, but I knew I was going to get up because I could see his eyes. He was not dazed or anything. It was just a punch that caught him. So I knew I was going to get up, and I knew I was going to get up and fight. So I was never worried.
So you're fairly new in your career. If I'm not mistaken, you're 2-1 now. Where to next for Sinethemba Blom?
Next year. I think next year, January, we'll be fighting again. Next year, January. Because now I need to relax. I've been working really, really hard. Been working really, really hard. So now I need to just relax, enjoy myself. But next year, we're coming back stronger. Next year.
Any thank you to fans, family, or sponsors?
There's a lot of people that I want to give thanks to. But first of all, let me leave you with this. Ndingumngwevu uSikhomo uRhudulu Mhlatyana uMangqosho uTshangisa uZulu. Ndizalwa ngumamCirho noJawolo uMhlanhla uNtswentso. Uzalwa eMampehleni, uTata uzalwa eMaxhotshaneni. I want to give thanks to my manager, Mr. Lonki Witbooi, for making this possible. ESPN for giving me the opportunity. You guys, Real Talk, thank you so much. Guava, my sponsors, Somalia community, Danun community in Cape Town, my sparring partners, Okingana, um, all my sponsors, man, all my sponsors. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for everything. Without them, this wouldn't be possible. Without them, all this wouldn't be. There are a lot of sponsors. There are a lot of people who play part in this. Your Pepsin and Caboose, for actually bringing me here. Making sure that I eat well. Thank you so much to them, all of them. Thank you so much. May God bless them. May God bless them.
Thank you very much for the both of you, and we can't wait to see you again.